Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Waxing Moon card reading and just getting a little settled in here. Cheers, having some tea. And since I am just kind of really flying in here from just getting out of my work day, we are going to kind of cleanse the space. Now, again, this is my sacred space where I do a lot of my meditation. So I am burning sage, Palo Santo, and sweetgrass a lot in here. So I did this morning, but just for us for this evening, I am going to burn a little bit of Palo Santo, and this is sustainably sourced. Please keep it in mind to whenever you are selecting any type of cleansing herbs that they are sustainably sourced. And the more that we ask for that, the more we will help Mother Earth by asking for that. So let's come into the space. Whatever you're doing right now, just come into the space with me with your feet on the floor. You can be seated or lying down. And let's just take 3 grounding breaths and bring us into this present moment together. Shaking off the to-dos and all the other thoughts that go through our mind all the time, just leaving those at the door and coming into this sacred, safe space. Allowing our guides and ancestors to come in and be with us for this reading and making us aware of what is out there right now and the energies we need to pay attention to. Wonderful. We are definitely coming closer to that beautiful winter solstice if you're in the northern hemisphere, the summer, of course, if you're not. But I am really feeling it this year, the need to be still more, to be quiet, to not do the hustle and bustle that seems to be pushed on us at this time of year, especially over here in the States. So I hope a lot of you are taking time with yourself, with your loved ones, in a peaceful way, and just being still. So this waxing moon card pull, I'm going to use the Angel Guide Oracle today by Kyle Gray. As most of you know, a lot of my decks are Kyle Gray decks. He is where I did my studies for Oracle reading. I am a master Oracle reader and learned so much from him. And he's always so wonderful in continuing to be fresh and reminding us, putting new things out there. So if you are so inclined to go check him out, he has a YouTube channel as well and a website. So we're doing a 4-card waxing moon reading today. And we're just basically going to get into it. Just, wanted to come in and do this. I've got other things going on this evening, and but wanted to really see what kind of energies are coming in for us for this waxing moon. I didn't even read. I usually, read the little or the lunar the lunar reading, basically, that an astrologer that I follow does, and I didn't even look at that. And that doesn't really matter. It's just nice to know what's going on. But I'll be interested to see after the cards that we pull here, and then I'm going to read it later, and I'll post it on my Facebook page, just to see. I'm pretty sure we'll be in sync with what the energies are telling us here. So again, I'm just going to place my hands on the cards. Guardians of the 4 corners, Mother in the earth, Father in the sky, angels, ancestors, and sacred ones. I call on you and welcome you here now, and I thank you for your presence. We thank you for being here and showing us what we need to know. We are willing to listen. So we're going to go ahead and pull 4 cards here and see what messages come up today. And of course, this is the waxing moon, so we are coming closer to that beautiful full moon, which will be lovely to have next week. I hope I'll be able to see it where I'll be and bathe in its beautiful light. It's so good to do that if you ever can, if you can moon bathe. So, all right, let me get this going here. Make sure I've got the right setup. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Beautiful. Okay, great. And I may read from 1 or 2 of these depending on what we're feeling here. But the first card is what is rising up in us between now and the full moon. What is rising up in all of us? And it's vulnerability and freedom. And I may actually read from this one because I really don't get this card a lot. The other ones that I'm seeing here, I do. So I think I'm actually going to go ahead and read about vulnerability and freedom because I feel when I hear the word vulnerability, it to me can bring maybe not so good feelings, like I'm very vulnerable, but I'm starting to learn too that it's not a negative word. It's just really being ourselves and being able to be free, which is pretty much what I think this message is. But as I do in my daily readings, I'm going to hold the card up and you can look at this beautiful angel here. Angels are with you now to boost your confidence because they can see how harsh some of the experiences you have endured have been. They want you to know that vulnerability gives you the chance to find strength, and that will bring you freedom. To move into that freedom, your angel guide is encouraging you to take some time today to connect with the parts of yourself that you love and admire. Know that your sensitivity is not a curse, but a gift. You are an emotionally connected soul, and although recent waves of emotion may have overwhelmed you, those emotions are great reminders of how much you care about living truthfully and in a positive way. So take some time now to value the traits and quirks that make you the unique person you are. That will allow the world to value them too. It isn't always easy to put yourself out there, but you are being encouraged to do so now. Drop the shields and barriers that you have put up because these walls are preventing the world from seeing your light. Your angel guide is reminding you that you don't need to protect yourself because God, creator and source can do that for you. Whether you feel vulnerable or unsafe, old habits and patterns will want to kick in. That one really hit me right there. But call in the light of the creator and surrender your need to protect yourself. When you give your angels permission to come in and help you, they will. They will guide you toward freedom, joy, and your highest good. So how wonderful is that? I really needed to hear that, actually. I just had something come up for me today in my work, and I immediately felt my body go into what it normally does when I feel like I'm not being heard or when I brought something to someone's attention and they still don't hear or still didn't listen to what I said. So I found my body going into this kind of fight or flight mode, the cortisol rushing in my body tensing up. And I'm like, what is this? And I know what it is. It's my body used to going into that every time I feel like someone doesn't hear me. So I stepped away from my desk. I went outside and it's a beautiful sunny day. It's cold out, but stood in the sun, took some deep breaths, and just recognized how my body was so used to going into that fight or flight mode. So, this is a time for us to be vulnerable, to really look at our beautiful traits, our uniqueness, and show people what that is. Say, hey, you didn't listen to what I said. That's fine. Then we'll see what happens next. Instead of, I told you so. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. We can only do as much as we can do in certain situations. And when everyone has been given all the information, it's their decision on what they do with it. And that was a huge lesson for me today. So that card really spoke to me. I'm glad that I read it. So the second card is, what's the solution to any challenge I face now? And this is a fantastic, easy one, and one I get a lot. And I think one we're all very familiar with. It's transformation. Transformation. So what's the solution to any challenge I face? We can just transform out of the old habits, out of the old patterns that we're used to following. When we are presented with the same scenario, how can we look at it different, react, or not even react to the situation? Just take a step back and be the observer. I am listening to myself here, people, okay? So, all right, this is what I love about Oracle cards and why I am so drawn to them and want to share them with everyone, because we all need validation. We need we need these signs to tell us to keep going, that it's okay, that what we are, to trust ourselves. These cards assist me in trusting myself more and knowing that the more I do these, the more that I do sit in silence and go within, the more I'm starting to figure out, okay, I can trust myself. So the third card is, what is the advice of this waxing moon? And this one came out reversed, as did the first one. So it's do the work. And that one is pretty self-explanatory. A lot of us don't want to face some of the fears and some of these old things that we have always continued to do in our lives. And it's very difficult to look at yourself in the mirror and say, why am I doing this? Why am I continuing this pattern? What is making me do this? What is it? What is that? And it's hard to hear the answer. It's hard sometimes to hear that answer. But doing the work is imperative at this time. There's no other way for us to evolve into who we truly are until we really look at the things that cause our bodies to go in that fight or flight mode. And that is what I experienced today. And I'm looking at it and I'm still observing and thinking on it. And I'm pretty proud of myself because I was stressed for a little bit. And then, an hour or so later, I started to notice that it wasn't in my body anymore. So we can retrain our brain and retrain our body not to react to all of these things. Because that, my friends, is another construct that was so conditioned in all of us, the fear seeding. So I am retraining my mind and my body to know that there is nothing to fear. So I hope this speaks to you. But we do have to do the work. So the last card is the final outcome. And I have a little time here, so I may actually read this one as well, because the final outcome, this is the guardian angel card. Beautiful guardian angel. And the final outcome is to trust and know that our guardian angel is always with us. I have done some studies with Kyle Gray actually on angels and learning about them in the past couple of years and connecting more and learning that, from what I understand, Our guardian angel is with us in all of our lifetimes. They're with us always. They see the errors or the mistakes that we make, but they're still there with us, assisting us when we ask them to. And that's the big thing there. We need to ask. We need to always ask for our angels, our guides, our ancestors, and our guardian angel to always assist us in our growth. So I am going to read this card because it's kind of like the alpha and omega here. So I read the card for the beginning and I'll read the card for the ending because I really want this message to really take a place in your heart and to know that you are never alone. And I'm pretty sure that's what this message is going to be here. So I apologize for the lighting, but it is what it is. Everyone has a guardian angel who has been with them since their soul's creation. Now your guardian angel is drawing closer to you than ever. This angel guide knows you, loves you, and accepts you completely. Before your incarnation on earth, you danced across the stars together. If you're feeling overwhelmed or alone at this time, know that your angel guide is with you to share their love and to make you feel safe. You never walk this path alone. Angels are always there to light the way. This card is a huge reminder that you are always this card is a huge reminder that you always have their help, support, and companionship available to you. You are an independent soul and often find yourself trying to do everything on your own. But know that even just a quick prayer to your guardian angel can take away some of that pressure. It is true. Your angel wants to hear more from you. In order to support you fully, they must be invited to do so. But then no request is too much. Your angel guide was made for you and is dedicated to you. Take time today for an easy and informal conversation with them. Speak openly and in a heartfelt way about your life and any challenges you're facing and anything you need help with. Through that conversation, their help will find its way to you. When you draw this card, they want you to know that they are with you. And that is exactly what I said before I even read out of the book. And this is a reminder that even just a quick prayer. Now, I have a name for my guardian angel, and you don't have to. You can just say angel. And I do have conversations with my angels and my ancestors because number one, I live by myself and hey, but number two, it is so important. The more I do it, I do feel them close by. So trust that. Trust that your guardian angel is always with you, that you're never alone. And in this time of the year, I feel like it's very special and apropos that the guardian angel card came in because the angels do know when we need them, even more than ever. And that is right now. So for this waxing moon, remember the vulnerability and freedom. That is what's rising up in us. Be yourself, express yourself. Don't put up those walls. Let those walls come down. What is the solution to any challenge we face? To transform yourself, to keep evolving, and to remember to do the work. We have to meet our guides and ancestors halfway here. We can't just sit back and expect them to do everything for us, right? And then finally, know that you are not alone. And you're not. I'm here with you. And I appreciate you always joining me and seeing what our guides and angels have to say for us. But I do feel that we are here to share what we're learning. So thanks again. Have a wonderful holiday season, and I'll see you at that full moon. And as always, I'm sending you peace, love, and soul. Take care.